if I was making a $150,000 corporate salary and I wanted to quit my corporate job in 5 years through real estate, this is exactly what I do. Now, so many people ask me this question because I did exactly that, but in less time even. And I quit my corporate job 3 years ago, literally having owned only one investment property, and I was under contract on the next one. And now my real estate portfolio does up to $40,000 a month. And so I've got notes here. And so here's the thing too, is 3 years ago, like literally I was that girl working in corporate America. I was making $130,000 a year and just trying to figure out, like, well, number one, I knew that this wasn't my path. I knew that I needed to be doing something that actually made me excited on a day-to-day basis. And just like, I was taking Lexapro at the time. We're getting into some backstory here. Taking Lexapro at the time, antidepressants, and if you know me, I'm such like a bubbly human being, but I was so depressed in that corporate job. I, at the end of the day, just was never meant to be a corporate girly, okay? Like, it's not my style, it's not my personality. I'm meant to be a free-flowing human who's able to do life her own way, okay? And so, my life literally looked great on paper. I'd done the thing. I'd made the 6-figure corporate income. I was working and became the boss ass bitch, all that stuff. And it just made my soul die inside. So if that is you, just know that you're in the right place, okay? And so since then, I have built my real estate investment portfolio to a multiple 7-figure investment portfolio. I now have a coaching business as well that is all about teaching people how to get started investing in real estate, how to scale their real estate portfolios. And that's a multiple 6-figure business going on 7 figures. What else? Let's see what else is on my notes. And yeah, it's like I live my life. I live my life my way. I travel whenever I want. I literally just booked a flight to Cabo in a couple of weeks. I'm traveling so much. Next year I'm going to book a one-way to Italy. But it all stemmed from real estate investing. That's how I got started, especially because at the time I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I had no idea what I wanted to do. I'm such a multi-passionate human being, and you're probably like that too. You have so many ideas that you want to do. Real estate investing is truly like the easiest entryway into entrepreneurship when you have no clue what you actually want to do. It's like, I'd say it's like entrepreneurship on training wheels. Okay, but number one, what would I do? The first thing you're gonna do is get super clear about what the heck is your intention behind real estate, okay? Are you trying to quit your job? Are you just trying to like save in taxes? I have a lot of people in my coaching program where they're making really good money. They're doctors and lawyers, but they want to save in taxes and they want to be smarter with their money. Maybe you want to quit your job in a few years, right? Like this episode talks about, right? Maybe you just want to like be able to work part-time, like have a side hustle. Kiki, can we chill out, please? It's my dog. Everyone's here. Maybe you want to go work part-time. Maybe you're thinking of starting a family and you're just like, there is no freaking way I can keep doing this, right? So what is your intention behind real estate? Is it just to build generational wealth? Is it to replace your corporate income? Is it so that you can now go and do a way more remote job and you don't have to be dependent on your corporate income because you've got your real estate income coming in and you have more flexibility now? Maybe you want to start a family. What is the purpose for you? Okay? Just get radically honest with yourself. I think it's easy to be like, oh, I want financial freedom. Okay, what does financial freedom mean? What does your life actually look like? Where are you going to be? What do you want? What do you want this life to look like? Because you get to choose, you get to decide how this life goes for you. And I think a lot of people just like let go of their power. They let go of the fact that they can actually have full control over their lives. And that's the thing, is you actually can. And I keep learning this more and more and more, and keep getting even more rooted into the belief that we have full power over our lives. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. You get to decide how it goes. You just have to believe it. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two, what did I write down here? Oh yeah, step number two. Buy your first house hack. Okay, now the step number two kind of has multiple parts, right? Because depending on where you're located, if you're in somewhere really expensive like New York or San Francisco versus somewhere really affordable like New Orleans or like Ohio, right? It's gonna be a little different, right? So I personally, house hacking is my favorite form of real estate investing. What the heck is house hacking? It's when you live in a property, you rent out parts of your house or parts of your property for income so that you can basically live for free, or at least drastically reduce your living costs. And you can get into real estate investing so much easier because you're able to put low down payments. Now I have so many videos about this. Check out my channel. You can watch, so we're not going to get into the depths of this. But that's why I just really love house hacking. Now, this works really well, obviously, if you live somewhere that's more affordable. Honestly, anywhere where the price points are up to about $800,000, you can still make it work. You can also do this with million-dollar properties, multi-million-dollar properties. A lot of the time, you just have to get a little bit more creative. That being said, if you're living somewhere incredibly expensive, you kind of looked at house hacks, properties are in the millions, you're like, I don't know if this is actually like gonna work for me, then the other strategy that you can do is to buy a vacation home, basically. You can put 10% down on a vacation home. If you're buying a primary residence, you could put anywhere from 0 to 5% down. But still, if you're buying an investment property as a vacation home, you can put 10% down, which is huge. So you can go into these cheaper markets, right, where property prices are like $200,000, $300,000, vacation rental markets, and you can buy a property with way less money. Now, here's the caveat, is that with the, actually, let's go back real quick. The other strategy is, if you live in an expensive market, is to move. Just move. You can actually move as well. I did that. Even when I bought my first property in New Orleans. When I lived in New Orleans, I moved to a more affordable part of town so that I could get started investing in real estate. And that is how much I cared and wanted to be a real estate investor and quit my corporate job. So you also have to understand that sometimes you got to get into the vibration of actually wanting to do the thing, and then the path will follow in terms of what steps you need to take in order to make it happen. A lot of times we do get so rooted in our comfort, right? That I don't want to do this because now I've got to live in a duplex, I got to live in a triplex, or maybe I've got to rent out my basement, or now we're sharing a yard. It's like, does it really matter? Is that really going to change your life too much to do that for a year? Is it really? And is it not worth it to then reach financial freedom? I don't know, but for me it was. Okay. So you have to decide that for yourself. Caveat here, whenever you are doing any of these strategies, I highly recommend going for high cash flowing strategies. So what am I talking about? Short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, renting out by the room, unique properties, like let's say it's a tree house, A-frame. If you're going to go vacation rental route, go for unique properties or larger properties as well, so that there's more opportunity for cash flow to actually come in. So that is my caveat there. And once again, we go over all of this in all of my videos, in all of my podcast episodes, and all of my Substack articles. Okay, what else do I have here? Focus on high cash flowing strategies, exactly what I was telling you about. Now, the thing is you can do, the simplest way for you to do this is just buy one property a year, okay? Buy a property a year. If you're currently working a corporate job, maybe that also even looks like getting some sort of a side hustle, right? Stacking paper, putting more cash in your pocket, right? While you're investing in real estate. I've done this my entire life, throughout my entire real estate investing career. I'm actually starting to get rid of those old side hustles that just aren't serving me anymore. But to get to where I need to go, I was okay with finding ways to increase income. Because even though I was making $130,000 a year, I wanted to be making more. Okay, I wanted to be making more. I wanted to be buying real estate faster. Now, there are other ways to buy real estate faster and scale, like using other people's money, partnering with people, all of that. But for a lot of people, the idea of using other people's money, and I know for me personally, I partnered on a couple of things, but I honestly prefer not to. That's just me. It's not my personal vibe, because I love freedom and I don't like being responsible for other people's money. Is you can just buy a property a year and you can reach that financial freedom number really fast. You just have to be strategic about the kinds of properties that you're buying. You need to go for the high cash flowing ones. So if you come to me and you're like, hey, I want to buy a long-term rental that cash flows $100 to $200 a month, I'm going to be like, okay, cool. You're clearly not trying, and I want to use my own money for it. You're clearly not trying to quit your corporate job anytime soon. You're not trying to replace your income. That's totally fine. If your goal is simply just a little bit of cash flow to buy assets, to increase your net worth, to maybe save a little on taxes, sure. Okay, go for it. But I know for me, I wanted freedom. So I had to get creative. I had to use high cash flowing strategies to be able to replace my income. Okay? So if you do that every year for 3, 4, 5 years, you suddenly have 3 to 5 cash flowing investment properties in 3 to 5 years that each are making anywhere from $5K to $10K, $15K, depending on the kind of property that you get. That's how you reach financial freedom very fast. And you can quit your corporate job in the next 5 years. So, and this is where I very much veer on the belief that you don't need 100 doors. You don't need this giant real estate portfolio. You don't need thousands of people working for you. But once again, that's just me. I'm all about the small and mighty properties, small and mighty real estate investment portfolio, small and mighty team. I love high cash flow, high ROI by like putting less in. You know what I mean? So that's all I have to say for you. Just an FYI too, if you know that this is something you want to do, we're actually running an amazing Black Friday deal for Wanderlust Wealth Academy. That is my coaching program that goes over exactly how to buy your first and your next. So like literally we have a whole thing on scaling as well your real estate portfolio to 2, 3, 4, 5 and beyond properties as well. So if you know that you want to get into this realm, go ahead and check out my website, oliviatati.com/WWA, or you can check the link down below. This Black Friday deal is amazing. We already have a bunch of people that have signed up. We would love to have you because it's time for you to reach financial freedom, boo.